There's a secret report they didn't want Jamaicans to see. By the end of this video, you will know which MP is under criminal probe, why a senator is panicking, and the explosive link to Andrew Holness himself. This explosive expert breakdown uncovers the Integrity Commission's secret 261-page report exposing Jamaican parliamentarians under investigation for illicit enrichment, from the Prime Minister to a senator and 5 local councillors. No one is safe. Find out who's being probed, why this report matters, and what it means for Jamaica's 2025 general elections. Watch until the end for shocking revelations, plot twists, and expert political analysis. The hidden bombshell. Jamaica woke up to a ticking political time bomb. A 261-page Integrity Commission report quietly tabled in the Senate. But the details, anything but quiet. 10 parliamentarians under investigation. Senator and 5 councillors referred for illicit enrichment. Illicit enrichment? A fancy legal term for your lifestyle no match your payslip, boss. And this isn't a new story, it's a continuing scandal. In 2023, we were asking who are the illicit 6. Fast forward to 2025, and now we are dealing with the terrifying 10. But here's the real kicker. One of them is in the Senate, and another, well, let's just say this one has had run-ins with motor vehicle ownership and the truth. Here's a little hint. South Trelawney, ring any bells? Should the Integrity Commission name all MPs under investigation? Yes or no? The deeper web of corruption. Let's break this down like a true expert political analyst. Under Section 14 and 15 of the Corruption Prevention Act, it's illegal for public officials to own assets they can't reasonably explain. And if they're trying to explain and that explanation flops, boom, prosecution for illicit enrichment. Here's what the Integrity Commission revealed. 34 public officials under investigation between 2023 to 2025. 13 MPs flagged since 2018. 7 councillors now officially in hot water. And 1 case already referred for prosecution. Marissa Dalrymple Filbert, former Speaker of the House. But wait, if only 1 MP has been prosecuted, what happened to the other 6? We'll get to that. But first, let's ask the real question. What does this mean for Prime Minister Andrew Holness? Because yes, he was one of the original 6. Allegedly. So yes, it is now confirmed that our Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness, was one of the illicit 6, illicit 8, illicit 10 that was under probe or investigation for illicit enrichment. Allegedly. The same Prime Minister who once championed accountability now finds himself tangled in the very web of suspicion he once condemned. The irony. Well, irony called. It wants its press conference back. Do you trust Parliament to hold itself accountable? Let's debate below in the comments. The explosive timing and the political fallout. This report wasn't just released quietly. It was strategically tabled right before elections. And that's no coincidence. We're not just looking at corruption. We're staring down a constitutional crisis in slow motion. And here's the open loop? Why hasn't the full list been revealed publicly? Why the secrecy? Why the slow drip of accountability? And why does the Integrity Commission seem to be fighting Parliament itself? Behind the scenes, there's pressure to weaken the Integrity Commission, especially after it started digging into certain powerful people's bank accounts and property assets. And if you think the 261 pages of this report are the end of it, you haven't read the fine print, because more names are coming, more referrals are pending, and yes, prosecutions may follow. And if you're still wondering who else might be on the list, ask yourself, who's been the quietest in Parliament lately? Sometimes silence is the loudest confession. Which MP do you suspect is next in line for prosecution? Drop names below in the comments. Here's a summary of the highlights and the key points. 10 parliamentarians now under investigation for illicit enrichment. 1 senator plus 5 councillors added in 2025. PM Andrew Holness was among the illicit 6, allegedly. Only 1 MP prosecuted so far. Marissa Dalrymple Filbert. Integrity Commission under pressure right before elections. More prosecutions may be coming. Should the Integrity Commission release the full list of MPs under investigation? Let me hear your thoughts. Comment below. Jamaica is at a crossroads. Will we demand transparency or keep dancing to the same old rhythm of corruption? Comment below. Should the Integrity Commission publicly name all the MPs? Like this video if you think we need urgent reform. Subscribe for more explosive breakdowns on the people who claim to serve us but might just be serving themselves. And if you thought this report was wild, wait till you see what we uncovered about government contracts and political donors. So now me gonna play a news excerpt from Nationwide News Network. So let's listen up. Big up Nationwide.
Shocking speculation gripped the nation in 2023 when it was first revealed by the Integrity Commission that 6 parliamentarians and 28 public officials were referred to it for investigation of allegations of illicit enrichment. The question on the minds of many in the country: who were the illicit 6? That number further increased in 2024 to 8, with an additional 2 parliamentarians being probed by the anti-corruption body. According to its latest report, 2 more parliamentarians are now under investigation, bringing the total to 10 in 2025. It's now clear that Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness was one of the individuals under such a probe.
So stick a whole heap of pin right there, so. Me never think then did say that the Prime Minister never under investigation for illicit enrichment. He's not a part of the illicit 6 or the illicit 8. But this Integrity Commission report now changes everything. The landscape is very different now. The political landscape is very different now. You see, this is why the PM should have stepped down the moment in name get entangled and call up in this whole illicit enrichment allegations and accusation corruption scandal by the Integrity Commission. You staying and sitting as Prime Minister and I say, oh, no go so, only further damages your party when it actually come out say yes, you are one of the illicit 6, 8 or 10. Damages your credibility of you and your entire party. We cannot trust you. How can you trust a set of people that lied to the Jamaican people? That's why in serious country, immediately any little thing, politicians, president, you have to step down because them have to save the reputation of the party. In serious countries, them not allow politicians to damage the credibility and the reputation of the political party. So you have to step down with immediate effect, tender your resignation, pack up your little box and exit political office. But Jamaica is not a serious country. So guess what? Our politicians them keep getting away with things like this. When if he step down, the opposition a ball fin step down, the party and the Labour right supporters a ball fin stay. And then you wonder why the JLP is not leading and dominating in the polls on the eve of the general election. Cause the general election, the right afoot, September just 2 months away, and they are not leading in the polls despite all of the things them and all of the work where the JLP are put in, all of the infrastructure where them build, all the tangible things where you can see where they do. It still not give them no advantage in the polls because what? Corruption, scandals, no stop follow up the party. So now this final Integrity Commission bombshell before the election changes everything. Not to mention the whole hospital scandal will just come out. There's only so much and no more political hit and damage one political party can take. So I don't see this going well for the Holness administration. It not going to end well for them party.
34 public officials are now similarly being investigated by the Integrity Commission between the periods 2023 and 2025. Illicit enrichment is a breach of Sections 14 and 15 of the Corruption Prevention Act 2001. The section says that where a public servant owns assets disproportionate to their lawful earnings and, upon being requested by the Commission, gives an explanation which is not considered to be satisfactory, they shall be liable for a prosecution for the offense of illicit enrichment. The latest report notes that since its inception in 2018, 13 members of Parliament have been referred to the Integrity Commission for investigation for potential illicit enrichment and/or false information claims. Also joining the list this year is one member of the Senate. An additional 5 councillors at the local government level were similarly referred to the Commission. This brings the total number of councillors referred since 2018 to 7. However, over the period 2018 to 2025, the Integrity Commission says it has closed 6 potential illicit enrichment and/or false information probes after investigation or preliminary inquiry involving members of Parliament. Similarly, 11 such probes have been closed in the case of public officials and 1 involving a councillor.
What I want to know is, what does this mean for the Holness administration? What things are going to look like for them going forward? Is it that them are going to double down and come out swinging and punching as usual and, try spin and control the narrative as usual? What statement the Prime Minister going to come out and make if he more address it? Or he going to pretend like, say, oh, the report never come out and his name never call up in it and entangle up with the illicit 6, 8, 10. The number always go up, so you can't even, sure I number again. Interesting times. Very interesting turn of events. But I can tell you this, the JLP will run out strong and wrong. That is very certain. Them now go just take this line down. You're crazy. That enough of them MO, them no work like that. I imagine the Holness administration might be in panic mode over the weekend right now. A brainstorm, and I wonder how we are going to control and spin the narrative and come out on top. So I guess we might have a whole heap of content to deal with in this, coming week. The news cycle probably go crazy.
A single case involving a member of Parliament has been referred for criminal prosecution over the period. This is most likely in reference to South Trelawney MP, Marissa Dalrymple Filbert. The former Speaker of the House of Representatives was fined earlier this year after pleading guilty to breaching the Integrity Commission Act. The parliamentarian found herself in trouble with the law after failing to properly declare ownership of a motor vehicle in her statutory declarations over a 6-year period beginning in 2015. This would suggest that 6 remaining MPs and 1 senator are still actively being investigated for either illicit enrichment or providing the Integrity Commission with false information. 2 councillors have been similarly recommended for prosecution. It's uncertain what impact the 261-page report will have, being tabled so close to anticipated general elections. Siobhan Campbell for Nationwide News.
Now, to my JLP supporters, the counter-argument to this Integrity Commission report in the form of a rebuttal cannot be that, the PMP own the Integrity Commission, so nothing what they say no valid. Jamaicans no care about that. Jamaicans I look upon it in a one way say the Integrity Commission is revealing political corruption at the highest level, and them bring it from out of the darkness into the light. That's how an overwhelming majority of Jamaicans look upon this. So meanwhile, you might in your political echo chambers over the JLP side, I say, yeah man, Integrity Commission upon a witch hunt, and them a try frame the Prime Minister and a fight against the third term, and no, that narrative now go hold up in the court of public opinion. It will resonate within the echo chambers of the JLP supporters and the JLP base. And beating the dead horse of Mark Golding and Peter Bunting, Finsack sitting, that kind of played out for in the 90s still. And back then social media never exists on the boat. So now Jamaican people concerned about what them see happen right in front of them. I'm not saying we should discard the past, because the past is important. The past determine and dictate your future. But in this present moment, our future is the current moment, present moment. Things not looking good for the Jamaica Labour Party. So beating the dead horse of Finsack or Mark Golding, them are the one them where are the real this and the real that. That now go hold up in the court of public opinion. Yeah man, that played out, so let go off of that. The Holness administration ran a good political race. Make we call it that. As it relates to them winning a third term, that is very uncertain, very unsure. And this might just be the final nail in the coffin as it relates to that third term election dream. We said this already. Once Jamaican tired of the Prime Minister, he will lose the election. If he win, because they want him to maintain the continuity of what he's doing. This I want to understand. Zane, for some reason, whenever a poll report come out and it's not in the favor of the JLP say, done on this poll, I work for PMP and if fake and it falls. But me see credible mainstream media outlets like a TVJ carry done on this polls. So if the poll never have no credibility, then why would a mainstream media like a TVJ bring it and a carry it? So now I guess the PMP own TVJ, because of that the Labour right them was saying, TVJ is owned by the PMP and controlled by the PMP, so I guess PMP own and control everything. What more people understand is this: even though you can't trust mainstream media outlets, them still have an obligation to bring certain things to the people. This news excerpt comes from Nationwide. Nationwide has always been accused of leaning towards the JLP, but them a care and a report on the JLP, and what them a report is not shining a positive light on the JLP, but them have an obligation to not ignore it and pretend like they don't see it, because then Jamaican people are going to pre them and say, but Nationwide is not a credible news outlet, because this come out about the Prime Minister and a Nationwide alone never cover it and them alone never carry it. So that you have to understand, all of these mainstream media outlets have an obligation to the people to put certain things in front of the people. The moment them try run from that obligation, people are gonna say TVJ not credible, because this come out about the Prime Minister and them never carry it, so we can't trust TVJ. Or this come out about the Prime Minister and CVM never carry it, so we cannot trust CVM. Them have to carry certain things. Them need people to watch their station and they need people to listen to their radio station. So they make money. And the moment you lose the people's trust, your station will go down, your station will flop, because people can go to alternative media sources like social media, YouTube vloggers and TikTok vloggers who cover politics. So I have never been one for just buy into Labour right own the station station there, oh, PMP own the station there, oh, a Labour right a fund the poll there, or a PMP a fund the poll there. Because here's the truth. If the poll is in the favor of the JLP, then they wouldn't have said that. It's really that simple. And Dan Anderson poll need to have some level of credibility to it in order for people take it seriously and pay attention to it. And vice versa. If Holness did a lead in the polls, I am pretty sure that more than likely the PMP supporters will come out and say, oh, the poll is fake. Dan Anderson is being funded by the JLP. Ray. That's how you go. Once in your favor, you know, have nothing good to say about it. And we really need to step away from them type of political echo chamber there. Just because something in your favor, it doesn't mean it is not true. But what do I know? I'm just a C student, back at the class.